Our next question is again May 2014, paper 2, time zone 2. The question is for 5 marks. The following table shows the amount of fuel Y liters used by cars to travel a certain distance of X kilometer. So first, obviously, how much your distance is traveling, then and only then your amount of fuel will be used. So distance is not dependent on anything, but fuel is dependent on distance. So distance is independent, so that should be entered in L1, and amount of fuel Y should be entered in L2. Distance is given in kilometer: 40, 75, 120, 150, 195, and the amount of fuel Y liters is given. So again, go in stats, go in 1, that is a edit. Now you can see the previous problem data is already there. So first you go and select L1. I repeat, there are two options you have: delete and clear. Never use delete. If you will use delete, that full column will be deleted, including L1. So use, for that purpose, highlight L1 and clear and press enter. All the data inside L1 will get cleared, not L1. Similarly, highlight L2, clear and enter, all the data will be cleared. Now in L1, enter the data which they said that this data can be modeled by the equation, by the regression line with equation y is equal to y is equal to ax plus b. Go in stat, go in calci, ax plus b is your fourth option. Select, enter, check your x value L1, yes. Y value L2, yes. Do not enter anything in frequency list, store or ege. You can see the value y is equal to ax plus b, a, b, r square and r. We don't use r square, we required a, b and r value. They said write down the value as what you are seeing on your calculator, the full value, and then you round off to 3 significant figures. You can see they are writing exactly same value, 0.082360. You can write 573 also. Similarly, b value 0.306186. You can write further digits 9536 also, but round off to 3 significant figures. You can see that first, any number of 0 without having any number between 1 to 9, all zeros before 1 are considered as non-significant figures. So for your first significant figure is 8, then 2, then 3. Next number is 6, round off by adding 1, so that becomes 0.0824. Similarly, first significant is 3, 0 and 6. Next number is 1. We don't require that, so just write down 0.306. But I recommend please write down as much as what you can because that is your working. Second question, explain what the gradient A represents. Now gradient is basically y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Your x is basically distance in kilometer, and y is basically amount of fuel in liters. So if I'm getting A is positive, that means my graph is like this. So gradient in this case is basically y divided by x, that means y liters divided by x kilometer. So you can say with reference to the number of liters required for 1 kilometer. That means A represents amount of fuel required to drive 1 kilometer, liter per kilometer, or rate of change in fuel used in each kilometer traveled. Write down in the context of the problem. Do not just write down it is liter per kilometer. No, you have to write down in the context of the problem. Next, use the model to estimate the amount of fuel the car would use if it is driven 110 kilometer. 110 kilometer, that means they have given the value of x distance. So first you write down the equation y is equal to ax plus b. A, what value you calculated, b, what value you have got from the calculator, and your x is what, 110. I recommend again While writing purpose, you can write down the rounded off value, but while calculation purpose, do not take the rounded off value, take the value which you already written in the full figure. So for example, here in this case 0.0824 I will write over there, but while using I will use 0.082360. 0.306 I will use 0.306186, and we will use the value of x which is given as 110. Use your calculator, type, for example I'm quitting this one and I'm typing 0.0823 multiply by 110 because that is my x value. Press enter. I got the answer. Then I will add plus 0.306. I will use 0.306184. So you can see the answer I am getting as 9.365828. I am writing as it is, and then I will round up that answer, which is what 9.37. So I got the answer, and it is an application problem. So again I will recommend you to write down the units.